is why we do test shots. So I can make sure my mic cable. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Alright, okay. So, enough goofing around. I have my notes here because I'm stupid. I can't remember what I'm gonna say. So, I'm out here in the garage today. My gsx-r is leaking. I'm gonna try and figure out where it's coming from. I know it's coming from the stator, but I'm not sure if it's coming from the bolt or if it's coming from the cover itself. So we're gonna take off the lowers, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with these little plastic clips that are underneath the lowers. Now these are a little tricky. What you have to do to get these off is, I don't know if you can see that very well, there's a little lip. And from under the bike, what you have to do to get these off is you gotta get the screwdriver underneath that and pry that out. You gotta be very careful not to break them, and they should pop out like that, and then these will pull down from out of the lowers. One other plastic clip that we need to be aware of on the Suzuki gsx-r 750 is this little guy. Now he goes up in here, inside the cowl, and to take this out, you simply take a screwdriver, or I like to use my little 4mm Allen driver, pop this center button. You can see that. It's in now, and it will slide out this, and then this will pull out of the fairing, and you can take it off. And when you put it back in, you simply just pop that in all the way through again, and it will lock down in place again. Alright, it's a little hard to tell under here just because of the GoPro, but there's some streaking coming down here, 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 and a little bit back over here. Now it's all oil that has been leaking out of the cover somewhere while I've been riding. Doing this all with my helmet on, just for the sake of I suck on camera. Now that we have all those little plastic clips out of the bottom of the lowers, I'm going to be grabbing my ratchet, an extension, and a 4mm Allen driver. I'm going to be taking out all of the bolts from my lowers. I'm going to be starting from the back and working my way towards the front. Now this is because you don't want anything to bend while you're taking these off. So if you work from the back towards the front, your fairings will hang rather than try to bend and fold over themselves and crack. So I'm going to take a second, I'm going to do that, and I will come back to you guys. Now I have all of the bolts removed from the lower fairings. What I'm going to do is, in the words of my friend Bill, simply remove. Alright, victory. I finally got it off. And something to be aware of is when you're peeling off your lowers, your turn signal wires may pull. For me, I have little quick disconnects, so I can pull them out easily, don't have to worry about it. But other people, they might just be wired straight to it. So now I have this off, and I can actually get into the nitty-gritty of what I was trying to do today. Now what I'm doing is looking, now that I have my lowers off, finally, what I'm looking for is around my stator cover here. Somewhere there's oil leaking, and I don't know exactly where. So I'm just gonna feel around it a little bit here. And okay, so it feels like it's coming out. I got a big ol', see that right there. Okay, so let's see if I can see under there. So it looks like the oil is coming from right here. Got a big old glob of it on my hand. It doesn't feel like it's running down from up top anywhere. So what this tells me is it's probably a gasket, not the screw, because it's leaking. It's leaking on the side and out where the cover meets the engine case, it feels like. So now I found where the oil is coming from. I'm just gonna wipe this off a little bit with my favorite shop towels. Try to clean that up, keep that nice and clean. Good reason to do this is just because you want to be able to see where things are leaking from when they do leak. That's really a relatively simple fix. I'll do another video on that when I order a new gasket. All right, and now while I have my lowers off, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes here and point out a few things. Back here, you don't necessarily need them off to see, but see how all of this is silver. You can see everything. All silver. You can see it. Even up top, my engine case here. This whole bike. I don't want any dirt, any grime, because dirt begets dirt. And it made it real easy for me to figure out where that oil is coming from because the whole bike is clean. Well, thank you guys for joining me on this first episode of Workshop Wednesdays. I hope you guys learned something, at least a little bit, about how to take off your lowers. The process is the same for both sides. So even though I only did the left side, it's going to be the same process to take off the right side. Just take out the plastic clips or whatever it is for your bike, and then take out your bolts. Remember, going bottom to top, front or back to front when you take them off. And when you put them on, you want to go front to back and top to bottom. That way they're hanging again, not bending, not trying to break. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.